I'm going to look at Hurricane Helene from 2024, Hurricane Katrina, and then two other hurricanes from the 1800s. I want to show you something interesting about the commonalities astrologically that I found among some of the most deadly hurricanes. Now, this is not to say that these are the only aspects that contribute to very bad hurricanes, but I did find this interesting amongst these. So, there are three factors I'm going to talk about. The first one that is prominent amongst these four that I'm going to talk about is that they all have the North Node in Aries. That's pretty interesting that this has happened, and I can't really make any conclusions about that. It's just, when you're looking at things, you're looking at patterns. These are just kind of the things that you come up with. The other thing that is notable is that the moon is out of bounds. Whenever the moon is out of bounds, astrologically, the moon is no longer within the boundaries of the rule of the sun. And so the moon has extra effects. So people born under an out of bounds moon tend to have extraordinary gifts, especially related to moon type things, or they might live on the fringe, or way out of bounds things can happen whenever the moon is out of bounds. So the moon was out of bounds when Hurricane Helene hit. And so that's another factor. And then the other thing I noticed is that there is typically a malefic planet, either Mars or Saturn, that is in detriment. Currently, Mars is in Cancer, and that is in its fall. So that's Hurricane Helene. Now I want to take a look at Hurricane Katrina. Okay, so this is the chart for Hurricane Katrina. And obviously, I can't have an exact time, but I do have the day of landfall. You see that for Hurricane Katrina, the North Node is in Aries, the moon was out of bounds, and then we have Mars in Taurus, which is in detriment because it's opposite where it would like to be in Scorpio. So that's another factor. So let's look at the other two hurricanes from the 1800s that have similar factors. Okay, so this is the last island hurricane from 1856. And again, we have the North Node in Aries. We have the moon out of bounds. And this time we have Saturn in detriment. So Saturn is in Cancer, where it would rather be in Capricorn. So this is the Sea Islands hurricane of 1893. And it again has the North Node in Aries, and we also have the malefic Saturn is in Libra. And so it does not have Mars in detriment, and it also did not have the out of bounds moon. But I kind of wonder if, because the malefic is also where the South Node is, and it is the exaltation ruler of Libra, if that also contributes to the pattern. So again, I'm not saying that these are the only aspects that happen when there are really bad hurricanes, but it's one of the things that you do in astrology is that it's really a pattern seeking things. So that's how you tend to make predictions. In this case, maybe the next time the North Node is in Aries and you have an out of bounds moon and a malefic in detriment, then maybe you could predict that things might be worse than otherwise.